If you have ever raised snails before, you would understand the importance of this content that I'll be releasing in this video today. Snails are animals with shell. This is an example of a snail right here. And the process of getting to this stage or beyond this stage, it comes with some certain important nutritional requirements. Now, in the last video I released, I talked about greens to feed your snails with. But let me also share with you in this video that that will not be enough for your snails. Snails are animals that do grow in stages, and every stage that they are growing requires a certain amount of calcium in their diet. If you have seen this before, you would, let me see if I can see an example right here of a snail that had stunted growth because of calcium. One of the things you would notice is if your snails have deficiency of calcium, their shell formation will be wrong, will not go well, will not be right. They won't form their shell rightly. You can see probably this is like an example. They won't form in the right way. You see, this is not a perfect growth. Sometimes you could see a snail that is quite extremely old. Probably it should have been as large as this, but it will be so small. I've seen that a lot. Many of the reasons, although not all of them, is because of lack of calcium in their diet. Calcium play an adequate role, an important role in shell formation in snails. It also helps to boost the ability to lay quality eggs. So lack of calcium in your snail farm can lead to a lot of disaster, and that's why I'm sharing with you what you can see in this video, a remedy for calcium on your snail farm. Now I'm sure you can see all I have right here, and probably you're wondering, why do I put them in front of you? Well, the way we formulate our calcium right here is quite very easy. We love to always make the process quite very easy. Now there are several alternatives to calcium. Actually, I want you to know that some plants have calcium. Like for instance, I talked to you about moringa in the last video. When you dry your moringa and you give to your snails, it contains quite a number of calcium. So moringa is an excellent plant to use to supplement calcium in your snail farm. And I'm sure there are other alternatives out there also. But one of the things we do based on the available resources in our environment is to source for certain alternative. Another alternative that we don't have right here and we don't even use at all is the oyster shell. Oyster shell is also very rich in calcium. But what do we do right here? As you can see right here in this video, this is the egg shell. As you all know, egg, for these eggs to be formed, they required a certain amount. The poultry required a certain amount of calcium. So this is quite very rich in calcium itself. Same thing as the snail shell. For this shell to be formed, it required quite a number of calcium, which is what we're discussing in this video. So these two things are very rich sources of calcium. This is the richest of them all. This is extremely rich, and that's the reason why each time we sell snails to our customers, we always love to get the shell back. Well, this is the reason why, because we need them for calcium, quality on our farm. So if we sell snails to you, be rest assured that we will try and call for the shell back. Now, for this one you have here, what you have right here, the eggshell, what we just do is to get to the food vendor people and try to get the shells from them. So what we do is to wash it properly, dry it, and then this is what you have here. So after we are done washing it and we dry it, then we could find a way to push it to this size. That means by probably fixing it in a bag and then hitting it or thereabout. And one of the things you also notice is even actually crushable. I don't think we even have to eat this in a bag. It's crushable, so by just crushing with your hand, you can even get it to this form. There's a reason why we put it to this form, because we can't feed. This form is not how we feed to our snails. Also, this one, what we do is to wash this very well. This is not yet ready to be processed. We have to wash this very well. Then we break it to this size. We break it to this size. We break them to these sizes. This is not yet perfect, but we break them to sizes like this. As you can see, we break them a bit more, and then we wash them well. Then we also dry them. Now, the next thing we do is to take this to the people that do grind. I don't know if you have them around you, but I believe you should. Or if you have your own equipment, you can easily grind it yourself. We take it there, and then we process the grinding. So this is what leads to what you have right here. So they grind it. Now, if you can study properly, this is made up of both the snail shell and the egg shell. If you feed this to your snails, be rest assured of great improvement in their growth rate. This is extremely rich. What we have here is like a concentrated form of calcium, because we are mixing both the egg shell, and this contains about 98% calcium, the back of the shell of snails. So adding this and this together is what gave us this. So sometimes, depending on how we decide to feed them, we can feed them raw like this. You will see them feeding on it. They love it so much, it attracts them. So when they have this in their thing, they will come around it to feed on it, because they know they need calcium. And obviously, when they're in the wild, they tend to look for a way to get their shell formed properly by looking for plants that will work for them. So they'll come around it to feed on it rightly, and they enjoy it a lot. So this is how we formulate calcium right on this side, and I really hope this has helped you. If you have any other means that you probably do formulate yours with, you can leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.